ones, but like she's right there. Like she's held this belt so many times now.
Yeah, for sure. No, I agree with you. Which gets us on. Let's talk about the Colby Kamaru quickly as well, then,
I love this.
because I don't know who you had going into this. On my video I made, a lot of people slagged me off because for some reason I thought a lot of people hate Colby Covington. I really like him. I think he's a really funny dude, and he's clearly an act. And I like that I like the fact it rubs you up the wrong way. I really do.
I can't see past his cringiness. Like, do you follow him on Instagram?
Yeah, I think he's hilarious.
You see when he does like the greetings, nerds, and virgins thing. Like,
that is so funny. It's so funny. It's so funny.
I can't see past it. I'm sorry.
I find it hilarious because it works. That's why I like it. It works like a charm, and he's a millionaire because of it now.
Yep.
That dude is he should be on the pound for pound list. He is phenomenal. And if he did what he did in rounds 4 and 5 a little bit sooner, we could have a new champion. He could have beaten Kamaru. He really could have. I had Kamaru obviously winning, especially from that second round. That was just, oh my
God.
How like Colby's chin is. Now we know what would happen if Jorge fought Colby. Colby would destroy. Are
you kidding me?
Destroy. I said that I think Leon has a chance against Kamaru. I really do. Striking, not anymore. No. I don't think he has a chance against Colby. I think Leon is the third best guy in this division and will remain only as the third best guy in this division. I think when he gets his shot, he's going to get decimated. I think he'll get finished by both of these guys, Leon. And that's coming from a massive Brit Leon fan.
I know. You're the biggest.
It's so hard for me to say, but you got to be real. Like when you're putting money down and when you're talking it online and people can listen to you and they can comment back, and the amount of people that give me abuse for not talking up Leon enough. And I'm like, have you watched these videos? You know, but they only watch these ones where I'm like, he's not good enough for that. Like he hasn't shown me, he couldn't finish Diaz. Jorge decimated Diaz. Like he was like there's something about Leon that's just missing yet, you know, and
that's the killer instinct. If I had to pinpoint it, it's the
that, isn't it?
Because he has the tools to finish people, and he you know, Bilal Muhammad, you know, he was going to finish that fight.
Oh yeah. Bilal Muhammad though is like, he just reminds me of MVP a little bit. You know, he can knock out the tin cans, but when it comes to the main fight, it's a point fight. You know, it's just, which is a skill in its own. You got, you know, beating someone up. He beat every minute of every round against Diaz, which is amazing. You know, McGregor couldn't do it. I know they're a bit different fighters, bigger fight, whatever, but it just shows like Leon would beat the shit out of McGregor at 170, like destroy him.
Yeah.
But when just like comparing these guys, I'm just trying to think of a way that Colby can get back in there. And he's just, all Colby has to do is go beat Leon, go beat Jorge. You'll get back another shot. Easy peasy. Because that's easy work for Colby in my head now. And as much as he says greetings, nerds and virgins, and he's saying, you know, like the only thing that people seem to be applauding him for is he's fighting for like firefighters and public servicemen and all this sort of thing, which you can't really slag him off for now. And he's wearing the MAGA hat and all that stuff and the cheap suits. And he is very smart. And, you know, you saw him drop his persona when he said, you know, love me or hate me, I love you all that sort of thing. That's Colby. And that's what you got to see. But then as soon as he gets back to the post press, he's like, no, the guy's a cheater. I hate him. I'll never respect him. That's why I love him. Because he just pisses everybody off. And it's just, oh man.
But about the two guys, like just the two biggest takeaways for me is, without a doubt, Kamaru Usman is the number one pound for pound fighter in the world. That's a fact. And then Colby Covington, without a doubt, is the clear-cut number 2 in that division. And those two guys are, like you're saying, basically light years ahead of everyone else. Like Colby Covington gives so many problems to Kamaru Usman, and he's done it twice now.
Yeah. And he could have won that fight. He could have won that fight.
I thought he was going to pull it off. And it's insane because his striking is not crisp. It's not fundamental. You know, he's looping. He throws a lot of looping shots, but he was like ripping some of those uppercuts. And what I did like about this game plan, like he did shoot for the takedown at least a couple times. I think he had to at least try that.
He got a
that's what
takedown as well. The stats said no. He got
it
that.
said no though.
Yeah, he got it, man. The guy went to he got Kamaru to his hands and knees. That is a pin in wrestling. I know that for a
Okay,
fact. That's a take.
fair.
He got it,
I'll
man.
give you that.
He got
All
it.
right, that's fair. I can live with that. If people want to, hold on to that as the
Kamaru's
silver
takedown
lining in
actually
this
is
fight.
99%.
Yeah. But dude, Usman defending a lot of those takedowns. The dude is on another level. Like you're talking about Colby Covington, the second best wrestler in that division, and it's not even close. Usman just overpowers him. He knows exactly what's going to happen. He knows how to defend it, and he does it so well. And then the stand-up obviously has just hit a completely new level, and I really wanted him to finish that fight. Those 2 knockdowns were massive. If that fight goes on for a little bit longer, it probably ends. But dude, he was so close. And it's just Kamaru is just he's becoming one of the greatest fighters of all time.
He is, man. I wouldn't put him against St. Pierre yet in the division, but I'm a massive St. Pierre fan. I know some people are. I know Dana is. Dana's said he's the best welterweight of all time. I don't think you could say that just yet after the body of work. If you actually go, I think I saw that it was like Kamaru's combined opponents records like 260 to like 40, something like that, right? Yeah. St. Pierre's is like 490 to 20 something. Like, really? Yeah. So people forget because of new eras and all that good stuff, but the contenders he was beating like Thiago Alves when Thiago Alves was like 18 wins, no losses, and murking people. He's beating the Sean Shirks of the world. Man, Nick Diaz, Dan Hardy's, all these up and comers with so much hype at the time. Carlos Condit, everybody fell to the sword, came back. But, he's just the best. So I wouldn't.
But Usman, it's happening. Like Gilbert Burns is a great name. Jorge Masvidal twice. Colby Covington twice. Like people are. Yeah. They're just going to keep feeding him. But you know what I'm going to say, though? Shemaev is probably going to get the belt. Not going to lie.
That dude's
I'm not going to lie. I think Shemaev's going to get the belt. I think he's scary. If he can continue to cut weight to 170, he's going to get it.
He picked up a ranked guy, a very good ranked guy, up from one side of the cage, walked over the other side of the cage, put him down, started screaming at Dana, get off your phone, and punched him into submission within 2 minutes. He's got more wins than punches absorbed in the UFC. It's insane. God. And remember when they were going to do Leon Kamzat? I'm so happy they didn't.
Oh my God. He would have. I'm sorry.
I'm so happy.
Sorry. He would have got murdered.
I think Hamzat beats him. I think Hamzat is going to be mate, that dude is so scary. But I think Usman beats him.
The thing with this fight now, twice against Colby, Usman, if we've learned anything, he is human. Gilbert Burns knocked him down round 1. Could have potentially finished that fight. Colby Covington, not known for his striking and definitely not known really for his power shots, wobbled him. He was making connections in these later rounds, and it blows my mind. I just think Usman sometimes doesn't get out of the way. Maybe his head movement isn't there, or maybe because his head is the biggest head I've ever seen, but he gets hit and he does have a great chin, but he's been stumbled before. So it's there. I can see it happening. Like he's been losing a couple rounds now.
Is the only difference between Colby and Kamaru just power?
I honestly, I really.
Are they basically mirrors?
Technique, but they're so similar in their fighting. It's crazy.
Yeah, one uses more combat. I would say Colby uses more volume, whereas Kamaru hides behind that jab now, which is so good for him. Good. It's so knocked Gilbert out with a jab.
Yeah. I mean, dude, Kamaru Usman is shredded. I don't know how he makes 170. Easily.
169. Yeah, just no problem at all.
He's a physical anomaly. It's wild.
Whereas, I think Colby could make 155, no problem.
Think so?
Yeah, I don't think. I think scary. Dustin Poirier is bigger. Dustin Poirier is bigger than Colby Covington.
Yeah, true. That's wild. Imagine if he cuts down to 155, he'd be a monster.
Yeah,
he won't.
Doesn't need it. No. Why would you? Doesn't have to cut, and it's probably an easy cut for him, and he's arguably the joint best in the world. So
right.
Dana White said if Kamaru Usman doesn't exist, Colby Covington is the welterweight champion. So
I believe that for sure.
Yeah, for sure, man. Shall we get in before we have to take off?